And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Elsberry, Missouri for the first game of the season for the Elsberry Lady Indians softball. We were supposed to play down in New Haven tournament Saturday morning, but Mother Nature got the best of that tournament. So we're going to be starting off tonight. First game will be against Lutheran St. Charles. And so anyway, let's get on into the opening lineups, into the game lineups for both teams. Um, I had an interview with the new head coach, Levi Yatsina, and when I went to play it, it had a whole lot of wind noise in the background, and it just was not acceptable. So I decided not to play it. I'll get with him later on this week, and we'll we'll do an we'll do an interview and get that taken care of. So anyway, visiting here tonight is the Lutheran St. Charles, and I believe they're like I think their shirt says the Cougars. I have never heard of the Cougars. So I don't know what a Cougar is. Maybe it's half Pioneer, half Cougar. But anyway, they are here, and their lineup is as follows. Number 3, Carrie Branco, and she's second base. Batting second, number 1, Maddie Brennezer, and she plays first base. Batting third, number 7, Macy Miller, shortstop. Batting fourth, number 15, Molly Clift, pitcher. Batting fifth is a second base, number 8, Emily Engelhart. Batting sixth, number 19, Janet Ginsberg, right field. Batting seventh, number 11, Erin Turner, third base. Batting eighth, number 6, Alyssa Engelhart, center field. Batting ninth is number 9, center fielder Chloe Schumacher. And Lutheran St. Charles is their head coach is Joe Bernhardt, assisted by Madison Knobloch and Andrea Weiss. Their 2018 record was 7-10, but that was 2018. We're in 2019 now. Whole different team. They have several seniors on this team. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 seniors on this team, so they have a lot of returning experience. Now, the batting lineup for your Elsberry Lady Indians. Batting first, leading off, is number 9, Tyra Henderson, shortstop. Batting second, number 13, Emma Flaster, third base. Batting third, number 15, Kylie Kinsler, pitcher. Batting fourth, number 19, Morgan Jones, first base. Batting fifth, number 3, Peyton Robinson, second base. Batting sixth, number 16, Mackenzie Gladney, catcher. Batting seventh, number 20, Kelsey Flaster, left field. Batting eighth, number 12, designated hitter, Bella Mozzie. Batting ninth, batting ninth is number 2, Tanisha Henderson, otherwise known as Tiny. And she plays center field. And right fielder is number 14, Abby Jenkins. She's the one the designated hitter will be for. And this year, we have a brand new head coach, Levi Yatsina. And like I said, I had an interview with him earlier, but the recording of it just did not turn out well. And rather than you guys listen to what could be a recording of that hurricane down in Florida, it's just better off if I don't play it at all. And I'll try to get him interviewed this week. And maybe before the game Thursday, and get his interview in here. I'm also going to try to do several other interviews throughout the year, try to make these broadcasts a little more interesting than what I had last year. Elsberry's record last year was 15-5. They had a very good team last year, and they brought back a few players from last year's team, but they lost a lot of seniors. But at the same time, I was watching this team practice the other night, and they look very good. Of course, they were playing against themselves, but they had this jamboree type thing last week, and I wasn't there, but they said that they played 3 innings against 3 different teams, so it was 9 innings of ball, and the Elsberry girls won every one of those 3-inning segments. So apparently they look pretty darn good. And so maybe they can carry that on into the actual games. We're just going to have to wait and see on that. But anyway, until it is time for the umpires to walk out here, and I have not seen them at all. I haven't seen. Oh, yep, there they are. The men in blue. So anyway, let's start this off with a commercial, and we'll be back with the game.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back. Going to be starting this game here pretty quick. And looks like the captains, co-captains, coaches, umpires, anybody that's anybody is out there at home plate right now. And they're going to get this game started. So, once again, see who do we have out there? For Lutheran St. Charles, we have their head coach, and that is Joe Bernhardt. And number 3, who is that? Number three is Carrie Branco. She's their second base. And for the Lady Indians, we have head coach Levi Yatsina, and we have number 9. Number 9, that is Tyra Henderson. I see some numbers. I see Tiny Henderson out there. Kylie Kinsler, and I can't hardly tell who the other two are. Um, anyway, they're go out there going over the. Let's see, that is Morgan Jones, and as soon as I see either a face or a number, I'm not going to see either one. They're going to keep it a secret. Okay, that was Emma Flaster out there. So the Lady Indians put several people out there. And looks like this game is going to start here pretty quick. And the Lady Indians are going to be taking the field. Let's just throw another commercial in here real quick.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Okay, we have the Lady Indians on the field right now. Kylie Kinsler is throwing some warm-up pitches. And good pitch right there. We have Mackenzie Gladney doing the catching. Ball a little outside. All right, threw down to Tyra. Threw down to Tyra Henderson, and looks like the first batter up is going to be number 3, Carrie Branco. She is their second base. There is a strike one. Carrie Branco batting from the left side. She hits the ball to the shortstop, over to first for the first out. There was a 6-3 put out. Batting from the right side is Maddie Brennizer. Ball one. Maddie Brennizer is their first base. Obviously, I don't have any stats on any of these players yet. Right, that ball hit back to shortstop again. Tyra Henderson made quick work of that. Another 6-3 put out. Quickly, 2 outs. Okay, here comes Macy Miller. Shortstop, batting from the right side. First pitch was a ball. Second pitch is a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Shortstop is the batter, Macy Miller. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. I think Kylie's just setting her up here. Well, she set her up onto first base. So with 1 runner, we now have number 15, Molly Clift, the pitcher, coming in. 2 outs. Ball hit right back to the pitcher, over to first base, and a put out. With a 1-3 put out, and that takes care of the Cougars in their half of the first inning. Let's take a break.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, we are back for the bottom half, the home half of this first inning. We have no score at this time. First up for the Lady Indians is going to be number 9, shortstop, Tyra Henderson. She was kept pretty busy out there in the infield in the first half of this inning. She was involved in the first 2 plays. So let's just see how involved she's going to get in the batting half. Pitching for Lutheran is, let me find her on here, Molly Clift. So let's hope they can jump on top of her early on in this game. Get some runs early. She's just about got her 8 pitches in. I'm assuming that's what they give them at this level. And So there's a throw down to second base, and here comes Tyra. So Tyra Henderson up to bat. She's going to be batting from the right side. First pitch is she came around for a bunt, did not bunt, took a strike anyway. And quickly, 0-2. Ball. It was low. And there was ball two, and ball slips through, gets back here to all the way to me. So we have 2-2. Nobody out. Nobody on. Ball hit through the pitcher. Second base picks it up on a dive. And no throw to first. So first batter, Tyra Henderson, is on first with a hit. So with one runner on, here comes Emma Flaster. No outs. And Tyra is just begging him to throw. So we have 1 ball and 1 strike on Emma Flaster. She's also batting from the right side. And Tyra's off to the races, and she is in with a stolen base. The pitch was a ball. We have 2 balls, 1 strike on Emma Flaster. There was strike 2 with a swing. 2-2. Little foul ball hit right in front of home plate, and with the spin on it, it came back and went over the first base line. So foul ball. It remains 2-2. There's a little nibbler coming over to first, and second base covered first. First threw it to second. So that got her out, but Tyra went to third. That brings up Kylie Kinzer to bat. There was a ball 1. Runner on third, 1 out. And there's a strike, 1-1. Kylie's looking all the way there. And there was a foul tip back to me. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Another foul ball straight back. Remains two strikes. I'm sorry, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'll get it out here in a minute. And here's another foul ball. That one made it over the fence here. So we're just getting all kinds of foul balls back here. Once again, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kylie Kinsler. Tyra standing down there at third base, really wanting to come home. 1 out. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's 2 outs. So now it's up to Morgan Jones, first base, number 19, batting from the right side. She's trying to get Tyra home. There's ball 1. Strike 1. There's the ball hit to second base. Little throw over to first, and that retires the Lady Indians. So at the end of 1 inning, no score.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right, we are back for the second inning. Get my little numbers here changed. And we'll be able to start this inning. I'm sure they're not waiting on me. Okay, we are at the top of the second inning. And here comes the Lutheran batter. This is going to be number 8, Emily Engelhart, the catcher. First pitch is a ball. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. To the catcher, Molly Engelhart. Foul ball hit over the visiting dugout. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Brings up number 19, Janet Ginsberg. She's a right fielder. She'll be batting from the right side. Ball 1. There is a strike. Strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball low. It gets through and back to the fence here, but no harm done. There was no one to run. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 on Janet Ginsburg. And there was a ball. Gets away from the catcher, but again, no harm. Nobody to run. Full count, 3-2. And there was a call, strike 3. That is 2 outs. What do we have? Number 11, Aaron Turner, third base. There is a little nubber and just foul, and Morgan Jones, first base, is over there to get it. So at the end of 1.5 innings, we still have no score.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right, we are back for the home half of the second inning. Let me get my scoreboard changed here. This glare from the sun is very hard to see. Very hard to see my computer screen. But I got it changed. We're at the bottom of the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. That way I cover them all. Leading off for the Lady Indians, number 3, Peyton Robinson, second base. Batting from the right side. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Second pitch coming up. Fly ball into right field, and it is dropped. And Peyton Robinson is into second base with that dropped ball. So we now have Mackenzie Gladney up to bat. She is the catcher. And with no outs and runner at second, she has a chance to do a little damage. And there's a foul ball that worked its way over the fence. That would be strike 1. And swing and a miss, strike 2. bit of time, but here comes the pitch. And that ball is over the catcher's head, and Peyton Robinson is into third. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's another foul ball hit right towards the home dugout. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. But we also have Peyton Robinson on third base, wanting to get home just as bad as Tyra wanted to get home in the first inning. And swing and a miss. Okay, the way that worked out. Swing and a miss. Catcher missed it. So Mackenzie Gladney went to first unopposed, and Peyton Robinson came home when scored. So it's 1-0. 1-0 Elsberry. We now have Kelsey Flaster up to bat. Ball 1. And there's a strike, throw down to second, and she is thrown out. So that's 1 out. Kelsey Plaster is 1-1. There's 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a foul ball to third base. Another pitch coming up. Little dribbler foul. You have 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kelsey Flaster. 1 out. Nobody on base. Score is 1-0 Elsberry over Lutheran St. Charles. Another foul ball straight back. Remains 2-2. Count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Nobody on. Score is 1-0 in favor of your Lady Indians. Little dribbler to third base, and she got it. Didn't say dribbler, it actually was a fly ball. Bellamazzi is up now. Bellamazzi's the designated hitter. And she takes ball outside. Tanisha Henderson on deck, hoping she gets a chance to bat this inning. And there's a foul ball off the end of the bat. Strike 1. You know, I could stand just a little bit of a breeze here right now. We have a humidity of about 300%. There's a ball. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a call strike. 2-2. And there was a foul ball. So we have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming. And there was a call, strike 3. So there's 3 outs. So at the end of 2 innings, the score is 1-0 Elsberry.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
All right, we are back for the top of the 3rd inning. Last inning up, Lutheran St. Charles was out 1, 2, and 3. We have number 6, Alyssa Engelhart, center field, up to bat right now. She takes a strike. And there was a ball, and it gets through the catcher. Catcher's Morgan Jones. I'm sorry. Jeez. Morgan Jones is first base. That's Mackenzie Gladney. I'll learn the team here before the season's over. And there was a foul ball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There was a ball high. 2-2. High and outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball remains 3-2. And there was ball 4. It's a second walk given up by Kylie in this game. So with nobody out, we now have number 9, Chloe Shoemaker. She's a left field, coming up and batting from the left side. There was a foul ball. Throw down to second, and she is, all right, she stepped off the base, and she is out. She originally was safe and stepped off the base. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Chloe Shoemaker. Now there's no base runner. There's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. There's a call, strike, 2-2. And a swing and a miss miss, strike 3. There's 2 outs, so we're back to the top of the lineup. And Carrie Branco. She grounded out first time up. Shortstop to first base, and there's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Ball 1. There was ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on. And there's a foul ball, makes that count as 2-2. Outside, full count, 3-2. Ball hit out into center field, over her head. She gets the ball thrown in, and Carrie Branco is into second with a stand-up double. Tiny just couldn't quite get to that one in time. So with a 2-out double, that brings up number 1, first baseman, Maddie Brennizer. Guess you shouldn't say first baseman. First base lady. All right, catcher fumbles the ball a little bit, and Carrie Branco was on her way to third, and she's in there with the stolen base. So runner on third, 2 outs. Ball hit to shortstop, throw over to first, not in time, and Carrie Branco scores. And Lutheran still has runner on first. So we have a tied ball game. Still 2 outs. Runner on first. Taking off for second. And the throw was there in time. I couldn't really see why she wasn't out. But anyway, we have number 7, Macy Miller, up to bat. And there's a strike. Also a stolen base for Maddie Brennizer. One ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Ball hit to short. Fumbled. And the throw was over to first, safe, back to home, and number 1, Maddie Brennizer scores. So the score is now 2-1, Lutheran St. Charles. So Lutheran St. Charles is showing a little bit of offense in this inning. Ball 1 to number 15, Molly Clift. Ball hit between second and shortstop. Throw is in. Throw is high. And the runner scores. Molly Clift is into second. That makes the score 3-1. So they're having a little powwow out on the pitcher's mound. I don't know if you call that a pitcher's mound in softball or not, but in the pitcher's circle. Try to calm Kylie down just a little bit. They found a couple of spots where they can hit. And made the Indians work just a little bit. So with 2 outs in the top of the third, we have a score of 3-1, Lutheran St. Charles. That pitch got through, and now Molly Clift is on third, still with 2 outs. Emily Engelhardt up to bat. 1 ball, no strikes. There's ball 2. Emily Engelhardt struck out her first time up in the second inning. Ball gets through, but the runner does not run. She stays at third. But we have 3 balls, no strikes. And there's ball 4. So we have Janet Ginsburg up to bat now. Number 19, she struck out her first time up. Rudders on first and third. 2 outs. Ball 1. Ball 2. Kylie's kind of lost her rhythm here a little bit. She'll get it back. She's too good of a pitcher. Ball hit up the middle to Kylie, over to first and out. But some damage has been done. That was a 1-3 put out for 3 outs. But the damage has been done, and halfway through the third inning, we have a score of 3-1.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better health care. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicinechoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicinechoprx.com.
All right, we seem to be having a break here in the game, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's so all the players can get a drink of water. It is very warm and humid here right now, but I'm not sure. But while they're taking a break, go back to a couple more commercials.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicinechoprx.com.
Whether it's balls and
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we are still on a break. Like I said, I'm assuming this is so they can drink some water, although I don't see anybody drinking any water. So I'm not sure what is going on right now. But anyway, this is going into the bottom of the third inning. And we have a score of 3-1, Lutheran St. Charles over the Elsberry Lady Indians. And yeah, I don't have any idea. But I don't really have much to say during this, so throw a few more commercials out there. Now maybe it's a good time for people at home to go get their own drink.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, it looks like we are back, and the Lutheran St. Charles team their defensive team is taking the field, and I think we're ready to start playing some softball again. So we are going to have number 2, Tiny Henderson, up to bat. If I remember right, she bats from the left side. And this will be her first trip to the plate. The bottom of the 3rd inning. Elsberry hasn't done much in the way of base running. They do have a run. All right, Tiny Henderson steps into the box, and she bunted on her first pitch, and it was right back to the pitcher. So 1 out. 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd, and that brings up her sister, Tyra Henderson. Foul ball over the home field dugout for strike 1. Second pitch. Second pitch is in there for a strike called. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. There was a foul tip, came right back to me, and I'm glad this fence was here. Remains no balls, 2 strikes. There's ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tyra Henderson. She was stranded at 3rd her first time up. And there's a foul ball back. It hits the fence and drops harmlessly in front of me. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball, 2 strikes. Here comes another pitch. And they fought over that. Looked like first base and pitcher fought over that ball, and it dropped in, and Tyra is safe on first. So with 1 out, Elsberry gets a base runner, and Emma Flaster is up to bat. Coach Levi calling in a play from 3rd base, calling in the type of play he wants him. There was strike 1 on Emma. She squared up to bunt, but she pulls back. If I heard him right, that was ball 2. Or ball 1, I'm sorry. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on first. And there's a bunt to the pitcher. And the first base drops it. And Tyra did not even slow down at second base. She was on. And so she's on 3rd. Emma Flaster's on 1st. So now we have pitcher Kylie Kinsler up. She can help out her cause right here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runners on the corners, first and third, and she squares up. And Emma walks down to second base. They saw that they weren't going to throw on her, and so she just slowed up and walked. So there's one ball on Kylie, and foul ball back here, and the catcher could not get to it. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So Kylie steps back in. Catcher's now ready. And here comes the pitch. High pop up. Catcher should have it. She's got it. Runners stay right where they are. It was in foul territory. Runners stay right where they are. So that's 2 outs. And Morgan Jones is the pitcher. She's number 19, first base. So there was a strike. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Foul ball over the home plate dugout. Home team dugout. No balls, 2 strikes on Morgan Jones. There's a ball 1 inside. Emma Flaster and Tyra Henderson are out there really, really wanting to cross that plate. The ball hit through the pitcher. Shortstop picked it up and dropped it as she was getting ready to throw. So Morgan on first, and Tyra Henderson comes home. That makes the score 3-2. Ball 1. Changing the score here. All right, 3-2 is the score. We have Peyton Robinson up to bat. She hits a high fly ball. Third base has it. So that is the 3rd out. So at the end of 3, we now have a score of 3-2. Lutheran St. Charles over Elsberry.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, we begin. Top of the 4th inning. Lutheran St. Charles sending up number 11, Erin Turner, third base. Score is 3-2 in favor of Lutheran St. Charles. There's a high fly ball over into right field, and she is under it. That is Abby Jenkins out there. So, one pitch, one out. That brings up number 6, Alyssa Engelhart, center field. Strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Kylie Kinsler ready for the next pitch. Comes in, ball one. I think I'm going to set up at a little bit more of an angle next time. I'm right behind him, and I can't see much of anything going on, and I know you can't either. There's ball two. With one out, nobody on. Pitch count, 2-2. There's ball three. So they go from 0-2, now 3 straight balls. 3-2, one out, nobody on. And there's ball four. It's a second walk for Alyssa Engelhart in this game. She walked the first time up. Time called for a bat in the over down the third base line. But we have Chloe Schumacher up to bat now. She struck out her first time up. There is a call strike. Runner on first, and one out. Ball one. Swing and a miss, strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Top of the fourth inning. Score is 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. So now with 2 outs, 1 runner on. Brings up the top of the batting order, Carrie Bronco. Runner takes off. She throws down to second, and she is called safe. So they have a runner on second now with 2 outs. And there is a call strike on Carrie Bronco. We have 1 ball and 1 strike. High fly ball to short and came in far enough that the left field got it. That is Kelsey Flaster out in left field for the 3rd out. So, halfway through the 4th inning, the score is still Lutheran St. Charles 3, Elsberry 2.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right. Leading off in the fourth inning for Elsberry is going to be number 16, Mackenzie Gladney, the catcher. The Lutheran St. Charles pitcher is still warming up. Mackenzie over there waiting patiently to get a chance to bat. And there's the throw down to second. Looks like we are ready to go. All right, she is batting from the right side. And she looks like she wants to put one over the fence. That was the look in her eyes. That would tie this game up. First pitch, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. There was a zinger right into her dugout. One ball, two strikes. Ball right back to the pitcher, and she is thrown out. So 1-3 play and one out. Number 20, Kelsey Plaster, batting from the left side. She's the left fielder. So with one out, Kelsey Plaster up to bat and see what she has. Ball hit to third base. High throw. And it bounced off the fence, came right back. So Kelsey Plaster is safe on first. Now we have Bella Mosey up to bat. She's batting from the left side with one runner on and one out. Bella Mosey is the designated hitter. She's not playing out in any defense. There was a call strike on the outside corner. No balls, one strike. There was a ball, one strike. One runner on in the name of Kelsey Plaster. And Kelsey Plaster just took off for second base. And she made it. Last pitch was a strike. So we have one ball, two strikes on Bella Mosey. Runner at second. And that ball gets away from the catcher, and Plaster is now on third with one out. So tying run is only 90 feet away. Well, 90 feet for baseball. I'm not sure if this is 90 feet in softball or not. She's just between third and home. Pitch is strike three. So that brings up the second out. Kelsey Plaster is still on third base, wanting to come home. Tiny Henderson up to bat. Called strike. Tiny batting from the left side. She squares up to bunt and takes another strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And ball gets through, and Kelsey Flaster is home. Ties up this score. All right, that takes a lot of pressure off Tiny. She can just swing away now. So we have 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tiny. Foul ball back here, but there's no runners on. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tied score now, 3-3. 2 outs on Elsberry in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Ball 2, 2-2 on Tiny Henderson. There is ball 3. She took it to a full count. 2 outs, nobody on. 1 run is across already this inning. And she swung at it, and a foul ball remains full count. And there's another foul ball. Still 3-2, making this pitcher work. Next pitch. Another foul. Still 3-2, and the pitcher has to keep pitching. And there is a called strike after all of that. So we have a tied score at the end of 4 innings. It is 3-3.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we are back to start the top. The top of the 5th inning. They haven't changed it on the scoreboard yet, but that's what it is. So the 5th inning's coming up, and we are going to have, leading off for Lutheran, is Maddie Brennenzer. First base. Tied ball game, 3-3. And there is a call strike. Next pitch. Little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch high and outside, ball 2. And there is a call, strike two. She just took the base there, and by my count, that was only 3 balls. And everybody was kind of looking around. So we have a full count. Thought maybe they were changing the rules to where you walked on 3 balls instead of 4. Either that or I can't count. 3-2. Fly ball out into left field, and Flaster is there. So that brings up Macy Miller. She's the shortstop. And there's a dribbler to the shortstop, over to first, and quickly 2 outs. So Molly Clift is up now, number 15. She is the pitcher. First pitch. There is a call, strike. Long fly ball out to center field, and it is a home run. Molly Clift touches them all, and that takes the score to 4-3. 2-out home run. All right, with 2 outs, home run by Molly Clift, and now we bring up Emily Engelhart, catcher. There's a first pitch is a ball. Ball 2. Ball gets through. We have 3 balls, no strikes on Emily Engelhart. 2 outs, nobody on. There is a base on balls. 2-out walk right after a solo home run. We now have Janet Ginsburg up to bat. And I think that must have hit the batter. I didn't see it. That must have hit the batter. So we now have Aaron Turner up to bat with runners on first and second, 2 out. There's a call, strike. Ball 1. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. Score is 4-3. Lutheran St. Charles over Elsberry. And there's ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. And there was ball 4. So now we have bases loaded with 2 outs. Brings up number 6, Alyssa Engelhart. She is the center field. 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 5th inning. Score is 4-3, Lutheran. Ball gets through, and here comes the runner home. And she is out. She is out, trying to come home with the ball going past the catcher. So there was a 3rd out right there. So with the halfway through the 5th inning, we have a score of 4-3, Lutheran St. Charles over Elsberry.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, we are back for the bottom of the 5th inning. A little bit of time going by right now as the Lutheran catcher has to get her equipment on. So it looks like the pitcher is ready. We just don't have a catcher that's ready. Must take a while to get all that on. All right, well, tell you what, while we're waiting, let's throw another commercial in here.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes...
All right, we are ready to play. Leading off for Elsberry, Tyra Henderson. Shortstop. She's been busy there at short tonight. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 4-3 Lutheran over Elsberry. Here's ball 1. She's been on base twice tonight. Got to third base the 1st inning and scored in the 3rd inning. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And there was a 2 balls, 1 strike. Little pop fly or a little fly right over to first base. So with 1 out, we have Emma Flaster up. Foul tip back here to the fence. There's another foul ball back here. Hit the light pole. Bounced off the top of the dugout. Strike 2. There's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ooh, there's a little bit of a breeze. Ball dropped into first, and she was thrown out. I mean, that was a close play, but she was thrown out. So there was shortstop to first. It was a 6-3 out. Brings up Kylie Kinsler. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Lady Indians are needing some base runners. And there's a call strike. High fly ball into center field. And it was caught. So, at the end of 5 innings, we have a score of Lutheran St. Charles 4, Elsberry 3.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird looks showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Okay, leading off for Lutheran St. Charles in the top half of the 6th inning is Alyssa Engelhart. She takes a ball inside. Second pitch is a ball. And there is 3-0. Three and one. Three and one. Nobody out. There's a high foul ball going out. So now we have a full count, 3-2. They need to hold them here to no runs, and then they can pick up 2 in the bottom of the 6th. There's a foul tip, strike 1. Chloe Shoemaker is up to bat right now. Number 9, she's the left fielder. There is a strike. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Foul tip. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. That fills the count at 3-2. Ball to shortstop, over to first, and they're in time. There's 2 outs, 6-3 put out. So that's 2 outs. They just need 1 more. That brings up top of the batting order and Carrie Branco. First pitch is a little outside. Ball 1. There was a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. High fly ball out to center field. And Tiny is there to get it. There's 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down. And let's go to the bottom of the 6th.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Okay, we are back. This is the bottom of the 6th inning. Elsberry needs to get something going here. This is their last chance. They need at least 1 run to tie, preferably 2 runs to win. I'd like to see a walk-off. So we have Morgan Jones up to bat. Foul ball down the first base line. Straighten that one out, and that would have been a base hit. Instead, it's strike 1. Morgan Jones has been playing first base tonight. She and a shortstop, Tyra Henderson, have been very busy. There's another foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 2, the catcher missed it, and it's down to first and for a putout. So we have Peyton Robinson up to bat with 1 out. Strike 1. I like that red bow she has in her hair. Bright red bow with an E on it. Ball 1, strike 1. Nobody on, 1 out. Score is 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Lutheran St. Charles over Elsberry. And there is a foul ball straight back here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Peyton Robinson, second base. There's a foul ball down the third base line. All right, we still have 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Elsberry still needing 2 runs to win. There's a high foul ball coming back here. And one of the fans almost made a good catch. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Peyton Robinson. No runners on. Elsberry needs runners. There is ball 3. We have a full count. And there's another foul ball. Stays 3-2. Pitcher's throwing a lot of pitches on Peyton. Umpire just hit. It was a foul tip. And he went down on 1 knee, and he's back up walking again. I think it got him in the shoulder. I think that left shoulder is where he got it. But he's walking it off. He's got a smile on his face. Meanwhile, it's still 3-2. Hey, still 3-2 on Peyton Robinson. Elsberry needs base runners. She needs to get on base. And there was ball 4. So Peyton Robinson starts it off in the bottom of the 6th for Elsberry. 1 out, brings up Mackenzie Gladney. I said it before, I'll say it this time again. A home run would look awful good this time. So Mackenzie Gladney batting from the right side. Pitch coming in. Foul ball. Peyton Robinson was off with that pitch. She was trying for second. Looks like they had a hit and run on. They still may have a hit and run on. Let's see what's going on here. Off with the pitch. Catcher bobbles the ball, and she's into second. She better get back to second. So, stolen base for Peyton Robinson. So, now Elsberry has a runner in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mackenzie Gladney. So I thought, yeah, 2 balls, 1 strike. I thought that was a ball. I had to look at the scoreboard to make sure. I was watching Peyton out there on second. Squares up to bunt and bunts it foul. That's 2 strikes now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Peyton was on her way to third with that pitch. Still just 1 out. Runner on second. 2-2 is the count on Mackenzie Gladney. There's a ball hit back to the pitcher, and so Mackenzie Gladney is on third. I'm sorry, Mackenzie Gladney is out at first, but Peyton Robinson is on third. So that's a 1-3 put out. 2 outs. Kelsey Flaster up to bat. And the tying run is on third base. So it's up to Kelsey to get her home. Peyton Robinson on third base. She bunts. And she scores. And she was called out at first base. All right. All right. The way that worked. The way that worked was Kelsey Flaster bunted the ball. Kelsey Flaster bunted the ball, and the ball was bobbled and was just barely thrown out. In the meantime, Peyton Robinson had scored. She had already come across. So we now go. All right. I guess I just don't understand high school softball like I thought I did. I thought they were 6-inning games. Apparently they're 7 now. I guess they were. I don't know. But whatever. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. I thought they were 6-inning games. Shows what I know. Yep, that's good for Elsberry. They've got a chance again now. All right. Kinsler still pitching. And All right, and ball hit right to Tyra, and she got it. That was Maddie Brennizer. Brings up Macy Miller. Ball high. Ball 2 on Macy Miller. There's ball 3. Three balls, no strikes on Macy Miller. 1 out. 1 strike now. That ball was missed me by. Ball hit right back to Kylie and over to first for the second out. And so that brings up Molly Clift. And she had a home run her last time up. They need to shut her down this time. But with 2 outs, I believe there was 2 outs on her last home run. Ball 1. It's a little more comfortable out here right now. The sun's almost down. Humidity, I think, is down to under 250%. There's ball 2. All right, and apparently one of the rules is they can just put the batter on. So she is on base. Okay, so intentional walk and brings up number 8, Emily Engelhardt, the catcher. Ball hit up between third and short. And so we have runners at first and second. Still 2 outs. Brings up number 19, Janet Ginsburg. She's the right fielder. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. High fly ball into center field. And there was Tiny right there with the putout. 3 outs. So that brings up the home half of the 7th inning. The score 4-3, Lutheran over Elsberry.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Free local delivery, and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better health care. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
And we are back for the bottom of the 7th inning. I guess for me it's a bonus inning. I really thought they ended at 6 innings. But what do I know? I just call it as I see it. But it looks like standing there ready to bat is number 14, Abby Jenkins. They had been having a designated hitter for her, but it looks like she's going to bat for herself time. And number 2, Tiny Henderson, is on deck. And so here comes Abby Jenkins to bat for her first time up in the bottom of the 7th inning. So, first time up for Abby. She's batting from the right side. Ball 1. And she is hit by the pitch. Hit her in the foot. So, Elsberry has a base runner. And that brings up Tiny Henderson. She bats from the left side. 1 runner on, nobody out. And there's a strike, and Abby stays on first. Next pitch ready to come in. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tiny. Abby Jenkins still on first. Nobody out. And she bunts to third base. Third baseman falls down, and everybody is safe. All right, so we have Abby Jenkins at second, Tiny Henderson at first, and Tyra Henderson up to bat. Nobody out. Tyra up to bat. Abby is in scoring position. You know, long base hit. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 1, strike 1, ball 1. Tiny down on first, and Abby on second. Tyra here at bat with 1 ball, 1 strike. She squares up to bunt, and it goes foul. So there's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have Emma Flaster on deck. But we are hoping that Tyra can get it done. She squares up the bunt, and the ball gets away from the catcher, and everybody moves forward. And that's one time I'm glad that there is a screen between me and them, because that would have gone to my side, but I would have heard the air go by. So, runners at second and third, 2 and 2, still nobody out. And there's a foul ball. Just came over the fence. Still 2 and 2. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. She battled hard, but it just wasn't there. All right, so now we have Emma Flaster up to bat with one out. Still runners on second and third. Abby Jenkins on third and Tiny Henderson on second. Long base hit. There's a ball to shortstop. And the throw is to home, and nobody. Abby was across before the throw, and so we have a tied ball game now. Everybody else is safe. And so we have runners at first. And Kylie Kinsler is up to bat now. Tied ball game, 4-4. Kylie squared up to bunt and took a strike. And Emma walks into second base again. They were worried about Tiny down here on third had they thrown to second. Okay, and we have time called. Taking a timeout, and the winning run is on third base right now. All right, Lutheran St. Charles, they've come out of their timeout. So here comes the Indians. Emma Flaster on second. Tiny Henderson on third, begging to come home. And Kylie Kinsler, she is at the plate with one strike. Strike two. Swing and a miss. All right, she gets her signs from the coach. She steps in. Squares up to bunt. And she is safe at first. Tiny Henderson comes home. And that is the ball game. The Elsberry, your Lady Indians, have won this game by a score of 5-4. That is how you win a ball game. That was exciting, folks. Emma Flaster came home, but that run didn't go to count. All right, so we'll finish this up with one out in the bottom of the seventh. We had Emma Flaster on second, Tiny Henderson on third. Kylie Kinsler with 2 balls and 2 strikes. She squared up to bunt and bunted the ball down third base, and they could not get the ball there in time. It was a close play, but she was called safe. And so they make a big circle out here in the center of the field now. And again, sportsmanship. This is what I like seeing. So, the Elsberry Lady Indians start off this season with a win, 5-4. And now they are going to, let me get my schedule out here real quick. I believe we play Thursday night. We play Thursday night right back here at Elsberry against Wright City. So let's keep this streak going. And I will try my best to have a good interview with the new coach, Levi Yatsina. And maybe before the game, I'm going to see what I can do about having a interview with a couple of the Indian players. Maybe Kylie. Maybe I don't know. It's hard to pick hard to pick a player of the game when they all contribute so much. So, anyway, this game is over, and we are going to call it a night. Final score, 5-4, Elsberry over Lutheran St. Charles. And until Thursday night, this is the Indian Sports Network with Kenny Masterson calling this game. And until Thursday night, once again, until Thursday night, this is goodbye and good night from Elsberry, and we will see you again Thursday. I'll be on the air about 4:45, and we'll kick off this game against Wright City Thursday. Good night, everybody.